What's up guys, probably Sid here. Today I decided to make a short video basically describing myself, as I realised I don't have such a video thus far, and I think it would be good as a channel trailer of sorts. I got this idea from Pearlzana, whose channel I'll put up on the screen right now, and without further ado, let us get on to the questions. Oh, and by the way, this isn't live commentary. What is your name? Well, my name is Siddharth, although people obviously call me Sid for ease of pronunciation. It's an Indian name, and it's the name of the original Buddha. It translates from Sanskrit, and it means the enlightened one, or the one who has achieved a goal, so quite a high expectation to live up to. Nonetheless, you can interpret that how you want. I don't know if that accurately represents me, but whatever. How old are you? I'm 19 years old, and I was born on the 5th of December 2001, so my 19th birthday was very recently, actually. Where did you grow up, or where did you live? I currently live in Newcastle upon Tyne, which is a city in the northeast of England, or at least that's where my parents' house is. I'm in university, as I've mentioned countless times now, and that's Imperial College London, which obviously is in London, so I live there during the term times. I was born in Bangalore, India, though I moved to the US after a few months when I was a baby. I don't remember much of my time there, but I lived in Los Angeles, or in an area called Orange County, which is just outside of Los Angeles, I believe. I stayed in the US until 2004, and then I moved to the UK at that point, and I've lived here ever since. Originally, I lived in the south of England, the southeast specifically, around Salisbury type of area, but then I moved up north to Newcastle in 2006. Do you have any siblings? No, I'm an only child. What is your favourite subject, or what do you study? Okay, so in school my favourite subject was physics, although economics, surprisingly, was a very, very close second. My economics teacher was incredible, and I could talk about how excellent he was for days. But let's just say that he has a YouTube channel, and he treats the class like one big family. It was great, and he treated all of his classes like that. Maybe he wasn't so nice to people who weren't in his class, but that was just funny to watch. Maths and chemistry also, they weren't too far behind these subjects. I like them both. As you can probably tell, I'm definitely more of a STEM guy than humanities, so naturally I decided to study physics at university. And as long as things go to plan and I don't drop out, which could happen, you never know, it's a stressful course, I should obtain a Master's of Physics degree in 2024. What are your life goals? Alright, this is a very, very tricky question to answer. Simply put, I'm not really sure. It depends honestly how I decide to use the degree, so I could pursue a PhD and then begin research in physics, but again, I don't really know where I'd want to specialise. There's so many things out there. There's cosmology, condensed matter, quantum physics, nanotechnology, just a lot of stuff. And I don't think I'm really in a position to have a definite position. I don't like the way I phrase that, but oh well. Alternatively, a lot of people with physics degrees sell out, and I say sell out with inverted commas because I don't think people should feel ashamed about it. Like, money's not everything, of course, but it is quite important, I think, and you might even derive some satisfaction out of that kind of work. It could be me, I don't know. But they work in financial services, and that could be as a quantitative analyst or as an actuary or just anything more numerical in that sort of field. But I guess that's the good thing about physics degrees. You can pretty much get any sort of analytic or job that requires number crunching or like the ability to understand numerical concepts. A physics degree can help you get any of those jobs. Ultimately, I think it's best to say that my goals are still developing, and I think that's a healthy position to have. I know that in the future I want to be financially secure, and if I were to have kids, I don't really want to get into that, but I don't know if I want kids. But if I did, I'd want them to be as privileged and as lucky as I've been, so yeah, damn, that was a lot more detailed than I expected. Do you use a PC or a Mac? So at home I have a flashy PC setup, as you've probably seen in my setup tour video, and at university I have a more scaled back, but it's still a good PC. I've also got a MacBook Air from 2015, so it's fairly old, but it still runs really well actually, and that's the thing about MacBooks. I know they're quite expensive, but in my experience at least, They are very reliable and they tend to last longer than Windows PCs from the same year, but maybe that's just me. But yeah, I use that for university work. And I don't know if this is relevant, but recently I bought an iPad with the Apple Pencil just to aid with the work, and I didn't expect much of it, but actually it's been fantastic. I used to say a lot of bad things about tablets. I used to find them a little bit useless, but it's actually so good, especially the Apple Pencil. It just makes note-taking an absolute dream. And before anyone asks, I have an iPhone XR, but I can see why people like Android, and I'm not saying that Apple or Android is better, but there are some ways in which Android's better and some ways in which Apple's better. For my purposes, I think the iPhone is fine and it just seems more convenient, but I'm always willing to change every time I upgrade. I always look pretty intensively. What is your favorite TV show? This is another contentious question. I'd have to say that I have 2 or 3 favorite TV shows. I say 2 or 3 because one is very closely linked to the other, but those TV shows are Suits, which is about, well, one lawyer and one fake lawyer, and The Big Bang Theory, which is about a bunch of physicists and other scientists. Along with The Big Bang Theory, I enjoy its like spin-off or derivative, Young Sheldon. In fact, I might like Young Sheldon more than the original. I don't know, it's pretty wholesome. All of them are on Netflix if you want to check it out, except Young Sheldon, curiously. I don't know why they put one on Netflix but not the other. What is your favorite movie? Okay, this is really tough. Anyone who knows me well will tell you I'm a huge fan of Star Wars. But The Revenge of the Sith, which is episode 3, is probably the movie from the Skywalker saga that would be a contender for my favorite. I'm also a fan of the James Bond franchise, and my favorite there is probably Casino Royale, although Skyfall is a very close second. Finally, I also love the Kingsman movie, the first one. The second one's good, but the first one is incredible. It's so funny, and it's a nice sort of parody film, I guess. I couldn't choose between those 3 anyway, but they're all great, and you should all check them out. What social media do you use the most? Other than Discord, I don't really use social media all that much. You'll find me mostly on Instagram and Snapchat, and I also hate to admit it, but I do scroll through TikTok quite a bit. I really dislike TikTok, but it's addictive, so I guess the Chinese government has me hooked. Well guys, that's the end of the video, but I'd like to extend a huge thank you to all of you. If you haven't noticed already, I've reached 300 subs. The growth slowed a bit recently, which is fine. I understand that you have high points and low points, but nonetheless, it's fantastic, and I'm immensely proud and immensely grateful. I'll release my texture pack as soon as possible, and with that being said, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and smash the bell button for post notifications. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.